the living cutting on track. I'm Mark Nugent with Midway Fire-Rescue. It's my honor to be here today with you all as we dedicate the Opticom system that has been placed on our apparatus as well as Merle's Village, Garden City, and down into Georgetown County in the city. First, I'd like to introduce Mr. John Thomas from the Georgetown County Council.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a great day here. The system went operational yesterday, and just to indicate what the system is, because I think a lot of people are not aware of it, this Opticom system has got sensors on emergency vehicles, fire trucks, ambulances, and it communicates with the traffic signals at intersections that these vehicles are heading towards. And it turns the traffic signal green to get all the people out of the way so that the emergency vehicles can get to where they're going faster. And that really makes a difference if someone's been picked up that has a heart attack and needs to get to the hospital, or if a fire engine needs to get to a burning situation faster, this system will do that. And it's been installed on all the traffic signals from Georgetown Hospital up 17 all the way to the Horry County line, so that an emergency vehicle can get from here to Georgetown Hospital faster, or if you go up north to Grand Strand Hospital and get there faster. And that's because Horry County also has this system, and it'll operate up into Horry County. This system is here and installed because of the efforts of a group of citizens, Karen Gallagher, Gary and Pat Edick, and Tom Stickler. They're the Life Saving Lights Committee, and they've been advocating for this system for a long time. We were finally able to fund the system. The county is funding this system with funds that were the penny sales tax that was collected years ago. So this is a great day, and I'm going to turn it over to Chief Doug Egerman so he can explain the details of the system.
Good afternoon. So again, welcome everyone, and I want to take a second to, I know Karen's going to introduce the members of her committee, but also there's a couple people here that aren't necessarily going to be speaking, and I want to make sure to recognize them. We have Chris Conaway, who's the regional manager for GTT, Global Traffic Technologies. They're obviously the provider of the system. And then also we have Chief J.R. Haney, Chief of Merle's Village, Garden City. All of their vehicles, pretty much all of their vehicles are equipped with the sensors. And then also Interim Chief Tony Hutz from Georgetown County Fire, and of course 4 of their ambulances, when all is said and done, will be equipped. We know that's important to us, obviously, because of the extensive mutual aid we all do with each other for EMS calls and helping each other out like that. I cannot emphasize enough that this is truly a grassroots campaign. Several years, I believe it was 3 or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, a group of concerned citizens were sitting and noticed some of the challenges we were having negotiating actually the intersection of Beaumont and 17, and reached out, wanted to know what can they do as concerned citizens to help us. And as the conversations went on, and they became aware of the Opticom system, and they realized the value of this system, the twofold aspect of the value of this system. One, obviously, is reducing response times, but also, just as importantly, reducing the exposure at intersections and the risk to our visitors, our citizens, and our first responders. And so really, truly, this is a tremendous investment in the safety of our first responders and the safety of our visitors and citizens of this area. As the process went on, the group in encountered many, many roadblocks along the way, but as true champions for us, they didn't quit. They kept pushing and going. They made a great connection with Mr. Thomas, who was always very supportive. And when the opportunity came to find funding, he was able to find funding and funded this with the 1% sales tax money. It's a 10-year lease program. We have 41 total vehicles. When all is said and done, 41 total vehicles between the three agencies will have the equipment in 17 intersections. The intersections they started at the very north end on bypass 17 at I think it's 707, just up to the Horry County line. Then they go all the way down to Black River and Church as you're going to Todd Georgetown, which, as many of you know, that's where we take our patients having heart attacks. The idea is for us to have that straight shot the whole way through. As Mr. Thomas explained, it's a GPS-related system that takes into account our speed, our direction, holding yards, and when the light bars go on in the apparatus, the vehicles, that triggers the transponders to send signals, basically asking permission at those intersections for a green light. And when it receives it, it turns basically all other lights at that intersection red, with the exception of the direction that we're going. So everyone else will get red lights. Those of us that are going in the same direction will get green lights. So we've all probably at some point in time been sitting at an intersection with either fire truck or ambulance coming up behind us, and you're looking around trying to figure out where to go. The air horn's going, the sirens are going, and you got median on one side, ditch on the other side, cars on the other side, and you have nowhere to go. And it's a very helpless situation. Sometimes we've seen people make some sort of rash moves just to try to get out of, good naturedly try to get out of our way. It creates just a dangerous situation for them and for us. On average, the time saved per intersection, again, this is an average, is 15 to 30 seconds per intersection. Well, that doesn't seem much initially when you add that up for every single intersection, say going from North Litchfield, with somebody having a heart attack, to Georgetown Hospital, it adds up. And what we know in this business is time is essential to what we do. Whether that be the time saving heart muscle, brain cells, the fire burn, whatever the case may be, whatever emergency that somebody's having. And so we're just really tremendously pleased. It's just, again, a tremendous investment in this community. It's an investment that will be here for certainly 10 years. An investment that will also, because of the way that it was done, won't cost anything additional each year, because Opticom through the lease program updates, all that stuff is not. It's also something that can be grown upon if Georgetown City wants to do it, or we want to expand it into the other parts of the county, and so on and so forth. It's also universal in the sense that when we travel up to Horry County, or Horry County units that have it come down our way, it works. And so we know that Horry County and the city of Myrtle Beach has it in play already with numerous intersections. And again, it's a tremendous system, it's a tremendous investment in the safety and health of our people and the citizens and visitors, and one that we're very thrilled. We're so very, very thrilled. To me, it's indicative of the support that this department has always had from this community in the time that I've been here. Not just from the citizens of the council as well. Can't say thank you enough. Can't say thank you enough for your persistence as well. We look forward to seeing what your next plans are. As a tribute to. I also want to take a moment to thank Georgetown County Administration, Director Ellis. I didn't mention him earlier, but I know he's here somewhere. There he is. Yep. County Administrator Andrew Christian, our finance department, our purchasing department that worked through this process of the logistics of all this, and our public works department, who coordinated with GTT, to do the encroachment permits. SCDOT was involved in this, and then also we completely remiss not to acknowledge, unfortunately he couldn't be here today because of the death of his family, our Assistant Chief Jim Crawford, who coordinated the logistics of getting all of our vehicles and the coordinator of the world's their vehicles, the equipment mounted and such. With that, again, I want to say thank you one more time. We're certainly available for any questions, and I'm going to turn it over to Karen.
Hello, my name is Karen, and first I'd like to say to all of the responders that are here, this is the reason we started the project. I used to do some trivia nights at the Raw Bar in there in Polly's, and the seat, you know how people always take the same seat over and over again whenever they have a meeting or some kind of event. And I watched your vehicles come out of Beaumont Road and not be able to enter north or south on 17, and that was over and over and over again. In fact, the cars squirming around you. So I'm starting to look at the project and say, what can we do to help our first responders that are so critical to our entire community? I started researching some things and finally got to the fire chief in Sumter, where they had had a program similar to that since 1960. We had a long conversation. We started to get a research constantly, and Gary and Pat Davis joined in very quickly, and we went from that point on to where we are today. It is our gratefulness to John Thomas, who provided the funding on his portion of the capital improvement dollars, and that's the reason why it is up and running today. We thank the Opticom system for all the contact we had during that entire process, and this is a landmark of something that I think the community will come to respect. Most importantly, it will save lives, it will save dangers to the first responders, it will save property values, and it works perfectly. We know that. Luckily, coming up yesterday on 17, I watched one of the vehicles come toward the North Causeway, and within that range that's supposed to be, the light changed, the traffic flowed, no one's had to stop and move, and everybody just went on, and it works like that. We want your safety, and we respect and applaud you for the work you do in our community. So that's why we're here today. Thank you for all that you do.
Wait a minute.
Oh well, Charles behind you. Never mind. All right then.
Thank you all for being here.
Yes.
Everybody be safe out there.
Yeah.
They did a couple of people.